I like to think of a game like this as the kind of game that you should never give up. I'm playing white, and my opponent, who's close to 1900, is playing black. I start with a very conservative white opening. I try to castle on the king side, open up the uh, bishop so I can challenge his knight and his rook. Unfortunately, oops, sorry. Unfortunately, I left that. I left that square on D4 open, and he takes advantage of it eventually. And that's what he does, challenging my queen, protects the knight, uh, took the knight in order that I can get a check out of it and get off the pin, blocking. He's moving the pawns very well on the king side. And at this point, doesn't really look good for me, to be honest. And now, okay, so he's at this point, I'm challenging his queen. I put the rook in a position where he has to take it, so he takes it, and I challenging him again. I could have probably pinned the bishop with the rook, but I just let it go for now. Was challenging the queen, trying to get rid of the queen in that position. And at this point, I take a very important pawn in the center of the board. He takes it with his bishop, and he checks and he keeps checking. At this point, it looks really, really bad for me because he's really one move away from checkmate, if you see it, with the pawn on the H side. And so he's really very, very close to checkmate. He only needs to move the pawn on the what's that, the F3, and then I would have to. Well, I guess I probably don't have to, but he would, if he moves the queen here, I can move the king out of the way, but then he will move the rook and check me again, and I would be in big trouble. But he left himself open for a check. You can see the check from queen to h5, and that's what saved me. So here we go with the check. I check him again. I check him with the uh, rook at this point. Looks bad for black, and check, check again, and checkmate. So this is really a lesson in you should never give up, and even when you're up against the ropes. I hope we learned something today. Thank you very much, Randy.